Alright guys, Dokkan time. So, we are getting EZAs for a bunch of Bardocks, actually, a whole lot of them. There's probably 4, 5? There's quite a bit between the two of them. So, on the 7th, which is going to be Tuesday night at 10:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to get a slew of new things. So, obviously, Bardock is going to be getting... The Super Saiyan 3 Bardock is going to be getting his awakening. And then the Super Saiyans and Super Saiyan 2 Bardocks will be getting their EZAs as well. So, aside from that, though, there's honestly not too much. I do believe we finally get those collection of epic battles towards the end of the week. No, literally a week from the time of this recording, on the 12th. Very random day, just to throw that in there. And then the day after that, we get the chain battle, and that'll be the end of the celebration. And then, once it hits Saturday, I believe that's when Saiyan Day officially begins. But I think they're going to celebrate it on the 20th, because that's when the chain battle is officially over. So, we only got about a week or so left. Week and a half. What is that, week and a half? Nope. Nope, that's a full 2 weeks. We got a full 2 weeks left of the Bardock celebration. So, not much left to do either, with burst mode pretty much probably done for the majority of people. The only thing you're going to have to do is enjoy the EZAs. So, the Masked Saiyan EZA will be popping up. The weakness is Revenge if you haven't done it before. It's not the best category, but it's not the worst. These are the medal amounts that you will need for each of his EZA awakenings. If you haven't awakened the actual Masked Saiyan, then this is the total amount of medals you will need. But if not, then you just need 12, 24, 36 bronze, 60 silver, 36 gold, and 36 rainbow medals for him. We'll go over the EZAs in just a second here. So, the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, though, is primarily what people probably want to really talk about, especially with storied figures, whichever way you want to go about it. Bardock is the only one that actually needs to be awakened in this one, so once you're done, for at least for right now. Because there is the AGL Bardock Super Saiyan 3 that also does exist, so eventually, when that one gets an EZA, this will probably be needing to be done again. So, entirely up to you if you want to farm those as well, because it'll probably be the same amount, 12, 20, 12, 12, so. Let's just go over the Super Saiyan ones for right now, just get a good look at them. So, the Tech Bardock is arguably the second best Bardock Super Saiyan. He just raises attack and defense, and he still seals super attack. Basically, they just added raise attack and defense. As far as the difference between the passive skill before and after, it's a huge one, because he used to just be an orb changer. Now he does attack and 100%, 130%, defense 180%. He gets an additional attack and defense of 30% per tech key sphere obtained. And then he gets another additional attack and defense 18% per key sphere obtained. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, no wonder he's kind of broken. That's insane. Medium chance of launching additional super attack when attacking with 3 or more key spheres obtained. So as long as you collect 3 key spheres, he has a flip of the coin chance to do an additional super attack. So if you have him built with a additional, he can have the chance to do 3 super attacks in a turn. And he does have attack plus 50% and performs a critical hit with 8 or more key spheres obtained, which shouldn't be too hard for him. That's actually really dang good. People did not do the math for this guy, oddly enough. Not really sure as to why. But you can definitely nuke a lot in the game with this guy. I can't wait to actually try to nuke a couple punching bag events or something, man. They really kind of nerf nuking units. A lot of the time they're stopping them from being able to go into events. It's kind of irritating. If it's a strategy, man. Let it be. Now, the arguably the best EZA out of all of the Bardocks is this Fizz Bardock. He used to be an all types key +2 for 20%. Now he's all types 80%. Not bad for free for noob users. He now, instead of just sealing super attack, he greatly raises defense as well. And he has the absurdity of having defense plus 318% and attack 180% when performing a super attack. And he still buffs all allies with key +2, attack and defense plus 30%. And he guards all attack within the same turn after receiving an attack, plus an additional defense plus 30% within the same turn that guard is activated. So, the only thing that sucks about this Bardock is that he has to take a hit. In my opinion, he's pretty dang close to just being like STR Piccolo. I'm not even going to kid you. He's basically the same. I'm sorry. He is. A lot of people don't like that. They're probably going to argue with me, but I mean, honestly, I kind of want to... Hold up. I kind of want to try and pull it up. Let's pull him up real quick. So, Bardock gets 318% defense as soon as he super attacks. And then with his super attack, he has 482% increase after the card, which is just insane. So technically speaking, he does have a little bit less defense than Piccolo, as Piccolo has 545% increase when facing 2 enemies, though. Normally, he'll only be at 425, and he will be at 470 after receiving 3 attacks. So just looking at that, as far as pure numbers go, he's actually doing a little bit better. Though I think their stats are a little... Nope, he actually has better defensive stats. So technically, this Bardock is more defensively better than this Piccolo. Yeah, wrap your mind around that, everyone. But aside from that, I mean, that's pretty much it. And he links very well with Super Saiyan units, aside from having First Awakened and Family Ties. So, moving on to the last EZA for the Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2s. Actually, Super Saiyans. So, Super Saiyan 2 Bardock. He used to just be a 30% lead. Now he's 80% with Ki +3. He used to only raise attack for 6 turns. Now he raises attack for 6 turns and has a high chance of stunning. I think that's a very big L. They could have easily turned that into Greatly, and he would have been a monster. It would have been completely different. Like, literally, this would have secured... If they had made this Greatly raised, that would have secured his future in the game. Unfortunately, he'll eventually fall off. Ki +3 attack and defense 180%, plus an additional defense plus 50% with each super attack performed. That's just not good enough, in my opinion. 180% plus the other 180%, that's what... Yeah, I mean, he will eventually, you know, after he performs 4 super attacks, get to 684%, which is still good. I mean, don't get me wrong. He can hit a very high... He has a good, decent defense stack. But, I don't know. He's never touching slot 1. If he touches slot 1, you're dead. He does launch an additional super attack, has a medium chance of becoming a super attack, and then he does launch another additional attack, has a high chance of becoming a super attack with another Super Saiyan 2 or 3 ally in the turn, and all his allies attack plus 30%. So he potentially can super attack 4 times in a turn if you have hidden potential increase. So, really good unit. I highly suggest additional and then crit. He doesn't have any crit built into his passive. If anything, you may even want to just prioritize crit to maximize his damage. Because at the end of the day, 2 turns in, more than likely, by turn 4, you're at max passive. If you started with him on turn 2 or even turn 3. So as far as this Bardock goes, crit all the way, crit and dodge. That would be my suggestion. Raises attack and defense. Additional supering isn't going to do much with him. He's a nuker. Prioritize getting that crit in. I mean, he does get a critical hit at 8 or more, so I mean... The issue I've always seen is that with Key Spheres obtained, even with Orb Changers, it's still very unlikely that you're ever going to hit 8. The field has to be littered and I do mean littered with freaking orbs in order to hit 8. Otherwise, the maximum amount you can hit from a single row up is 7. It's very irritating. It really is. So, if you want to just bypass the possibility that you're almost never going to hit 8 on a regular basis, then yeah, by all means, pump him full of crit. Or you can do the smart thing and then just say screw it and put dodge into him, or heck, even additional. Honestly, this is one of those units where you can just kind of build them however you want. Depends on how you're going to use them. So, and as far as this Bardock goes, he's defense. He's a supportive unit no matter what at the end of the day. So he is full on dodge and additional for hopefully getting in that greatly raised defense. So, moving on to Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. He is the storied figures weakness. He is not an LR, so you do not have to worry about bringing all LRs. If you did pull Bardock, Tech Bardock, then you do have a 170, possibly 200% lead that you can throw at this event. If you did not pull him, then your other alternative for a leader specific to storied figures would be this Tapion. Tapion's very underrated. I mean, the reason he is because he doesn't raise defense. I mean, he's okay. He's a fun unit. If he ever gets an EZA and, you know, if the game goes on long enough, he might be okay. But as of right now, he's kind of a dead unit. And then, of course, if you pulled Tora instead of Bardock and you tried to summon, he is also a leader, but only for 130%. I would not suggest him. So, moving on, we got not very many good units as far as LRs go. Just Bardock himself, really. The thing you have to keep in mind is that you're fighting an intelligence unit, so you want to bring as many Fizz units as entirely possible. There is no extreme Fizz LRs, so therefore, if you wanted to do the proper thing and bring an extreme unit, that's not really probably going to do it. Not to mention the extreme pool for storied figures is literally almost empty. They're pretty much worthless aside from Kid Buu and Demigras God form. But as far as super units go, it's not too bad. You can basically just go ahead and make a Team Bardock team if you have a Bardock friend. I think you should be okay. If you have this AGL Bardock or even this STR Bardock, I think you would honestly be sitting pretty. Yeah, you're bringing Bardock against Bardock, okay? That's the basis of that. The only thing that sucks about this free-to-play option is that he is a 77%, and he's for low-class warriors. And I'm only saying these as leaders if you plan on bringing a Team Bardock team against him specifically. But otherwise, if you're not planning on doing that, then your also other option, if you have the units, they'd be all Bardock and Bardock's team still. You could, yeah, I'm really trying to figure it out. Like, there's not a lot in here. They aggressively want you to bring Bardock's team into this event. I'm not even kidding you. It really feels like that. I'm not really sure what teams other people rocked to go into this event with. I suppose if it's pulled up on JP, I could go take a quick look at that, but I have a feeling it's just going to be all, and I do literally mean all Team Bardock members, and that will literally be it. I don't think this would be a very difficult event, personally. It is also possible that you could just bring better Fizz units in general. As long as they're tanky enough, you should theoretically be okay, even at hitting the higher levels. Obviously, don't expect to go grinding past level 30, but I would still say it's semi-ly possible. I'm actually trying to look and see if I can find the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock on JP. Okay, I found it. Just gotta look for the teams that people used. Oh, nope. Yeah, Team Bardock would be probably the only thing people could rock. I mean, you should be fine with just a straight-up free-to-play Team Bardock team. That would be my first and highest suggestion, just because there's not much else to bring here. You could get fun with it. You could bring any combination of Majins from the looks of it. Just be very wary if you bring any of the tech units, obviously. But, I mean... Oh, wait, you can't bring Kid Buu. Yeah, I would say you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You can try to make a really fugly, riggedy, weird team if you so wanted to. But my highest suggestion is just straight up Team Bardock teams. There's not much options, in all honesty, for this one. But also, to be fair, the EZA for Bardock is not that great. I mean, he could be better, for sure. He only raises defense on Super. He does still seal. He's a Super Saiyan 3 170. They could have buffed that to 180. I don't know why they didn't do that. Super Saiyan 3 has been a dead category for a long time. They really need a lot of buffs. Attack and defense 100%. Another attack and defense when performing super attack. And then super class allies 50% attack and launches additional attack when there's a power beyond Super Saiyan category ally attacking in the same turn. So, he's an okay unit. He could be a lot better. The problem is, if you buffed this guy up with full additional, and he magically supered 3 times in a turn, he could potentially hit maybe defense plus 350-ish% after weird calculations, because this is only in the mind of 2. So, I mean, it's only 100% buff on each time. So a third one, I would say, yeah, roughly around the 350-400 range. He'd be sitting pretty good on defense then, but he's not that great of a unit, unfortunately. I'll still look forward to using him and enjoy using him. But, yeah. Team Bardock team, that's my suggestion. As far as a free-to-play one goes, bring this STR, EZA Bardock. If you don't know how to build him, my highest suggestion would be not crit, because he does have a crit with Rainbow Key Spheres. It just means you have to prioritize him with those, or else he's not critting almost ever. At that point, you might as well just put either dodge or additional into him and hope he gets enough additional proc to raise his defense higher. And then as a backup leader other than Tech Bardock, obviously AGL Bardock would be your next best bet. Unfortunately, he's not a full 170 lead, but he does give Key +4. So, but Team Bardock members don't have an issue with Key, so it's not necessarily mandatory. But anyways, guys, I would highly also suggest one more thing. I would highly suggest you just go ahead and do these EZAs before the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. The ability to use these guys in that event, if you have them, would just make it 10 times more easy. Obviously not the Tech Bardock, obviously, because he'd get cooked. But this Bardock will probably lead the charge, in all honesty, just beating the crap out of them. I will attempt to do it with a free-to-play Bardock team if I can, but I'm not expecting the best bet around that. So, anyways, let me know if you guys are excited for the new EZAs. I'm excited for them, but let me know down in the comments below what you think. And yeah, have a good day and a good night.